Welcome back to the Malone-Mitchell podcast. On this episode, we have a frequent guest, Devin Still, back again, talking about his basketball career and what basketball has done for him. We have a lot of good stories that we're talking about, a lot of rivalries, high school rivalries in Milwaukee that we're talking about. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Comment below. Thanks for watching. Subscribe.
How you guys doing? It's Austin Malone-Mitchell basketball. I got my guy, my bro, my former teammate, Devin Still. I met him a long time. Well, I could say I met him probably, I can't even tell you the age, but I met him through 2-9 camp, RIP House, RIP Daryl House. I met him through those camps, playing against him. He was always 2-3 grades older than me. He was 2-3 grades older than me. He always was a player I was trying to get at, or always trying to, step up, and I looked up, try to be better than, try to push me a little bit better. And yeah. I think I gave him the business a little bit at 2-9 camps a couple of times. I think I made it known, but yeah, I got my guy here, so. How you doing?
Appreciate you. But yeah, me and AM go back a long time, you know what I mean? Little dog went hard always. He always used to shoot, kept his head down and whatnot. We used to have nice little battles and whatnot. I remember Warning one year, him and his pops, put a team together. 2-9, I played for Akers and they ended up beating us and whatnot. I ain't like that, but I don't know about getting the business to me and whatnot, man. I don't know about that. But yeah, man, I appreciate you having me out.
Yeah. I think it's funny too, because I ended up transferring to King too after my freshman year, and he was already there. You might have started I think you started too your freshman year at King too.
So
you might have played varsity there too.
Yeah, I went to King from 2008 to 2011 and whatnot. And it was a nice ride. I played varsity my sophomore year officially, but my freshman year I ended up, I played like later in the season. We went to a trip. Guys, they called me up. I went to Florida, and they OIU team was decent. They had a shot, and Austin came there. I was
Before you say that, how was that team that year? Before I got there, how was your team? How was you doing there?
So how was your career like this? So overall, my OA year, bro, was my freshman year and whatnot. It was decent, but it was moving fast because I came from, to be honest, NPS. I went to Sarah Scott, and education over there was different and whatnot. They would just give you grades. But at King, I went there. It was a battle with grades early. You know what I mean? But
well, I remember 4.0. What you talking about?
But no,
wasn't no battle. It was 4.0.
No, bro. You got a King.
He's the only player that guys knew when I transferred. We did not have to worry about it. Man, this line.
But no, I had to get it cracking. I had to get it. I'm telling you, that freshman year was rough, bro. I'm talking about they put me in the hardest classes at King. Like, what's going on with this? So. This is one thing I don't know if y'all know about at King or MPS early, like my freshman, sophomore year, you could play with a 1.5 and hoop. Like if you ain't had no D's and like a couple C's in space, you could hoop with a 1.5. So I was sliding on ice early with that and whatnot, but my 08 team, I was like early, but the men on that squad was like Brian Brown, Devon Jackson, had guards like Roy Ewing, Jameson, Keon, Curtis.
Coaching.
You know what I mean? But they had a lot of little players, and they was a team that went together, but the team that was tough that year was Washington. I think DeMarcus Phillips was the coach.
Oh, that's player of the year right that year.
And everybody felt like Corey should have got a Corey Lucian, but they gave it to DeMarcus Phillips.
That was DeMarcus.
He went crazy in the city.
That was that year. That was DeMarcus.
Oh, everybody. Shout out DeMarcus. He went crazy in the city on everybody and whatnot.
Everybody know that one. That was DeMarcus.
King, we ended up losing that year. Tulsa East ran through everybody. Tulsa East won state that year. I remember that, and it was what it was. I didn't play. I'm be honest, I didn't play. I played freshman, I played JV, and I went to varsity out of town in Florida. But I didn't play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Shit, worked your way up.
But yeah, go ahead. I'll get deeper in that.
Worked your way up. So you had a pretty decent. It was pretty decent thing. Y'all was doing a lot of winning then. So when I got there, before I even got there, your junior year, tell me about that. Because you was playing more. Like, tell me about when you really got to get in the name, you think, or really just really getting the name, really balling.
So, King, you know what I'm saying, they had the tradition for winning. They had some back-to-backs in the 90s. When we got there, it was like ups and downs. But my sophomore year was 2009 and whatnot. And I don't know if y'all remember, but King, we got in a scandal. And we had like to forfeit a year or whatnot. You know what I mean? We couldn't qualify for state. So they had to forfeit a year, which was our 2009 season. I was a sophomore that year.
Yeah.
So
I wasn't even in high school then. Yeah.
09 it was popping. it was popping, like, you know what I mean? It was different because that year didn't count, but I played varsity, so you had to play hard, though, because they was basically trying you out for the future. I was on the sophomore, I'm trying to see what it is. They called me up, I was ready, like, what's happening? But the man on that team that year was Ed Reed. Ed Reed didn't miss. He had a cannon shot from everywhere. He was going crazy.
I remember that. I remember that.
It was crazy because we couldn't qualify for the city and whatnot for real, but we went to Canada on some random, like, you know what I mean? They were treating us like celebrities early, like, what's happening?
That.
Canada is popping. Ed was going crazy.
I remember that.
All-American looking numbers, like, you think about it, God's coached All-American that year.
Yeah, with my pops. My pops was the assistant coach.
So,
and I was there from afar.
So that year didn't count.
Trip.
That team was alright. It taught me a lot about varsity, let you know about the program, and got my feet wet, and I was ready after that. Like, okay, I see what this is about, but after that, it was on. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything was, you know what I mean? It was time to step it up.
Before we get on anything, how'd you do? Oh, we're gonna have to cut that part.
Just keep good.
Why'd you pick? So before we go on, why'd you pick King? Why'd you pick that school out of all schools?
So, story behind that.
Because from afar, before you said that, from afar, I don't know nothing about King like that. All I know is just good for basketball. I know they won a plenty state championship. Them, Vincent, Diener over there. That's the two schools that really pop out in my mind. Was it a basketball decision or what was it? Why King?
So honestly, the background behind that, I was like 8th grade year. I went to Sarah Scott just to give you some story. We were undefeated. You know what I mean? We had marching champion. That was the second year around and whatnot, and we beat everybody. We was on TV. You know what I'm saying? Look it up. But look, keep it going anyway.
No lie.
So my 9th grade year, I was honestly gonna go to Riverside. I was gonna go there first because that's around there, and you had to do the 3 choice. You know what I'm saying? Pick what school you wanted to go to. My 3 choices was Riverside, King, and it was the other random school and whatnot. So out the gate, I picked Riverside because you had to take a test to get a King. Yeah, Riverside. But just so happened Riverside send your paperwork back first. Like, okay, you accepted to Riverside. Ooh, they let you know your situation. King sent theirs back in the mail too, but they sent second. But once you get in, it's like, ooh, I got a King, I need to. But I just jumped on it early, like, I'm gonna go to Riverside, switch it up, switch the wave, woo. So, time came down, if you don't think about it, King started school in August, everybody else MPS started in September. So I'm like, okay. So it got late this summer, and it just got to feel like an eerie feeling. Like, I stayed up the street from King, you know what I'm saying? I had my people out the hood that went to King, won state rings, Lucius, Washington, they won state, you know what I'm saying? That was my boy. So it just felt like, you know what I'm saying, the right mood just for, like, I don't know, it just feel weird to pass King every day and go to Riverside, and I live right there in a sense, so I just came down to, like, I got it. But listen, I was going to Riverside, I had to switch it up, like, Moms, I want to go to King, because I put my paperwork in, like, yeah, I want to go to Riverside. She had to go to the school board, Sousa, whatever, switch it up, I got in the King. I'm like, yeah, I ain't looked back ever since. It was one of the better decisions I've made overall, straight up. But I went overall for the education aspect and to see how good the coaching it was and whatnot, and it was everything I expected and more. Straight up.
What's up? That's what's up. So when I got there, you know, when it really started happening, what you think? What was your experience your senior year? Let's talk about your senior year in general. How'd your senior year go?
Hold on, before we do that, what year did you come to King, and what was the transition like leaving from Shorewood coming to King? So what year you come?
What year was that? It was like what?
You was a sophomore.
I transferred to King. I was a sophomore. I was a freshman at Shorewood. I played varsity right away. I ain't gonna lie. When I first came, it was fast. It was fast. The transfer over to the basketball wise, like I think I made like first team, second team, all conference my first year at varsity. And I was coasting. I was coasting over there, balling. I was still just coasting. But then I transferred to King my first year. I think the only thing I really remember is like that it was really fast, like the tempo. It was really fast tempo. It was fast. That was the biggest thing I had to adapt to, just the speed of basketball when I first came. But it happened fast, but I had to really adapt to that right away. Even from practice to the game, it's way different. You already know, from the guys' practices then to the game, it's a whole different story. But it gets normal. It gets normal after a while. How'd you feel about that?
I gotta get a break, but my shit shaking.
Yeah, I know. This motherfucking chair broke on me too.
Oh, don't even about the chair. My shit.
Y'all doing pretty good for some squeaky ass chairs. So.
I didn't even the chair. My shit shaking like my teeth, like I'm cold.
Me too. My legs shaking. We gotta get straight to it. We finna get to it though. We gotta get straight to the facts. We finna get straight to the shit that's cracking.
Okay.
So,
Okay, I'm like, should I stop this? I can cut all this. I can cut all this shit out, so it don't matter.
and we could just have some other shit, just on some random shit. So, no, you just talked about your I can talk about my experience at King. Give y'all some little background.
Let's talk about our year at King and who the rivals
your
was.
first year was 011, my senior year. Your first year was my senior year. We didn't play 1 year together, bro.
So that I came to high school 2010. Yeah, I came to Rufus King. My sophomore year was 2011. So yeah.
Okay, so we can talk about
Yeah,
that.
I think that year was decent though. I think that was decent. We lost. We could talk. Let's talk. He only played one game. If he would have played, we would have been. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it would have been tougher. I'm gonna give props and props too, cause Riverside that year, they was pretty tough. Like. And that one game he played against Vincent, he did have like about 10 to 10, like. Yeah. All putbacks, too big. Yes.
So we didn't play 1 year together.
Yeah. But what'd you think about that year overall?
You still recording?
How'd you think about that year overall? Who's your biggest rival? Who's like? I'm giving props. So Riverside, we lost. I think we did lose to them 2 times. That's the only time I lost to them. I think in high school was those 2 times.
So my
right
senior
there.
year.
They put us out to the playoffs actually.
So
they did put us out.
I'm getting to that, but I'm just gonna give you a little background. So my 2010, 2011 year, high school was my junior year. That year was alright. It was not one of my better years, but it was okay. Our team was alright. That was like a real divided team. I will say I played with him, King. In 2010, my junior year, 2011. We had like Silas Mills, Marcus Kirk. He was nice. You know what I'm saying? I fucked with Marcus. He was valid. Curtis. I said Curtis. Cortland. I'm sorry. My bad, Cortland. We had Cortland Johnson. We had Silas Mills, I said.
Stay guard heavy. King stay guard heavy.
I messed with Mike. What was Mike last
Mike,
name?
Mike Ward. Yeah, his brother played for my pop that cousin.
I messed with Mike.
That's
Mike was my boy.
Yeah.
That team was alright, but we just couldn't get it done, bro. We took a lot of L that year. We got embarrassed in the Al McGuire Center, Marquette. I remember that.
Who'd y'all play against that time?
Marquette. At Marquette,
Any players you remember that was pretty good from that team?
Played with or against that year?
Against that year.
2010?
Yeah.
2010 class overall had a lot of talent, like through the city.
From the city, who was the toughest player that year? Who gave you the problem?
Nobody really gave me a problem when I play like that.
Who gave y'all a problem? Who gave King problems? Who gave your team problems?
I'm gonna just name some nice players over, because 2010 was like a blur, and it was like we won a lot, we kind of lost to random teams. But I don't think my sophomore junior year.
What game was that? I don't remember. I wasn't there. 20. So let's wrap up that 10 year. Let's talk about
so
that
my
10
20 year,
Let's get right to it.
It was real disappointing. 2010 ended real disappointing with a loss to Marquette, a blowout. You know what I'm saying? So then my 2011 year was my first year playing with my boy Austin, and I feel like we robbed ourselves that year. We supposed to have a state ring. We had real talent all throughout. You know what I mean?
That was Simeon was there that year, right? So that was the
sparks flew for that. You know what I'm saying? We had fireworks for that. You know what I'm saying? That's what
his name ring bells. You heard that?
But we had my boy Simeon Bowers, Arroyo, Anthony AM first year over there with us. Nick Stokes had a sniper DB. Don't get it messed up.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Jihad came up here and there. Stovall. We was loaded though. We had everything. In
QT.
QT. I can't forget about my QT.
And what? Little QT. Hobbs.
Hobbs came over on the transfer. My boy.
Yeah.
Triton ain't even play with it, did he? We need to play any cool. We don't need.
Hey, no, Triton was on the team. Triton was on the team. I don't remember like.
Sparks flew there. But long story short, you know what I'm saying? My boy Simeon got in a situation here and there. But we lost. We lost to fucking Riverside. Twice that year.
That game was rough. That game was rough.
But listen, this is what you done. We lost to Washington that year too.
Who?
Washington.
Oh yeah, that game was nasty.
We lost to Washington in the city. We lost to
talk about
Riverside.
that?
But listen, them only 3 losses we had.
Can we talk about the
year
Washington
ago.
game real fast? Then we can move on. Can we just talk about the highlights of that?
Tap in.
Was it? That's my guy too. I know. Dominique. Was it? Big Dominique.
Dominique Williams.
Sleep. What? He had the nastiest dunk I've ever seen. One of the nasty dunks. I've been dunked on before, so I ain't gonna lie. Everybody get dunked on when you hoop. But Hatfield got dunked on nasty. I'm sorry. Nasty. It's nasty. That's how you know it's true, y'all. That's how you know it's true. Nasty. That was the nastiest dunk probably one that I saw in person. And that was against my dad's rival school. That was my first game at Washington. That's a game to forget. And I don't even remember who they had on that. All they had on that team. It was like DeAndre. He played me at Shorewood.
Boo Boo.
Shorewood. Yep. DeAndre was good. He was.
Had Boo Boo Tone, Big Damo.
Yeah. They had a squad.
They had a couple pieces,
that year.
bro.
City. That's
right.
what
You go to
City
sleep
was
one
tough.
night in the city, you lose.
Yeah.
But we end up losing to Riverside right before, you know what I'm saying, going up, and they lost to Madison Memorial. And we popped Madison Memorial that same year. But it's how it happened. It's basketball. And thinking about it, I don't even remember who won state. I don't remember who won state that year. I don't remember who won state to my senior year.
That's when Germantown was killing stuff. It had to be.
Show well.
Germantown went on that run.
They partied then.
Germantown was partying everybody. They was partying everybody.
They didn't want to see us. But okay, let me transition to that. Now let me get into this. So I left. So after that, you had it. It was your thing. 2012. Talk about that team. Cause y'all was talented all throughout y'all ran the city. Go ahead and explain that.
2012. We had a Royal. It was me, Arroyo, of course. Who else? DB. I think people forget about DB. I think he slept on a little bit. DB. Was Greenwood left? Hobbs. He played big man. Hatfield. Stokes, of course. Nick. Nick and Jahai came up. They was on there. And we didn't. The junior year, we didn't lose.
Y'all went upstate.
We did. We went upstate. We beat Oshkosh, but that was a good year. We traveled. We went to Texas. We ended up playing Tone Mayfield and Marcus Smart down in Texas. Tone Mayfield transferred to a Texas school. They balling down there. Him and Little Mayfield was out there balling.
Y'all beat them?
We beat them. We beat Tone Mayfield. Marcus Smart. We lost the game before we got a chance to play them. But yeah, we was down there, Waterburger tournament.
But after that, y'all didn't come back and lose. Y'all went through everything after that.
Yeah.
To state.
It was over. Yeah.
Y'all lost in the championship.
It was over.
After that,
Yeah, we lost. No, we lost to the game. Did we lose in the championship to go? I know we lost to
Y'all
Germantown.
lost to Germantown in the championship.
It was a championship?
Y'all didn't get no call.
I knew I could have got a steal, and I knew I wanted to shoot the last shot. I knew at the one we missed the play at the end, we could have got a steal, but I knew we lost against Germantown. And that's when Showalter. I remember he had the nastiest dunk ever against Madison Memorial. Off the tip off.
I think I remember that.
First play, off the tip off. I remember it's right before our game.
Speaking of Germantown, how you feel about, or speaking of Germantown, you gotta give respect when respect is due. How you feel about Monte Beard?
He a beast. He was a beast. He was killing it. He did what he was supposed to do when he was there. He did what he's supposed to do. He did what he's supposed to do. He went to Buffalo. He played in the tournament, and he played for Baltimore earlier year.
You played him upstate.
No, he wasn't there.
You didn't play Monte up there?
He wasn't there. Nope. We never played him. We never played him. Then my senior year, we didn't get a chance at it.
Shout out Monte.
Yeah.
Understood. But you went upstate. How you feel about how that feels? I ain't never go upstate. That's another thing I regret my basketball. How you feel about going upstate back to back? Your senior year. So your senior year, how you feel about it? You know what I'm saying? You went twice, bro.
I don't think nothing about it because I ain't win.
But you went. What's the experience overall, though?
The experience, it's like basketball. It ain't nothing like it. Like it ain't nothing like it. It ain't nothing like it. It's basketball to me. So it's just another But that's what we all looked up growing up. You know, if you around high school basketball in Milwaukee, that's what you want to do. Go upstate and play. But that's just the biggest stage to me. That was just something to hoop at. That's like where everybody watching, all the lights on you. That's what we grew up hooping to do, right? To play in front of everybody. That's what it's working your way up. This what it's gonna be like on the college, the next level. Like that's what I felt like I was made for. So that's why I loved it. It was fun. It's experience. That's an experience that I wish I would have stayed in the moment more. I wish I would have definitely stayed in the moment more and actually realized what was going on. But yeah.
That's understandable. But I see feel about his career. I feel like it still was just wasted because you ain't walk away with nothing. But one experience I did get after that playing for guys, That was the best coach I ever played for ever, because he gonna make you play, you gonna get something out of that, and guys go get all he need about you. You gotta find a role, you ain't gonna play. Early, he gonna let you know if you a killer, you a killer, you know what I'm saying? If not, you gotta play a team, you know what I'm saying? But you gonna win.
Man.
You gonna win through all that. That's what, and I mentioned, don't shout out Coach Jackson.
He's a legend, guys, a legend.
Shout out Coach Jackson.
Legend.
You gotta respect
legend,
Coach Jackson
legend.
with his oranges.
Shout out Coach Jackson, they helped me out, definitely.
Malone-Mitchell
Even
came
your
so
son,
big.
Steve, because Jackson, his son, was killer at King, too. Shout out both of y'all.
So let me ask you this. So you hooped, your years was, what was your years from 20 to what?
2020, what, 2009 to 2013.
So then was your years too high?
Yeah,
Who
and
was
then
the
I went to prep school after that.
So, okay, who was the coldest person you felt like you ever seen hoop with or against? Either A or B, however you want to answer. Cold,
City.
with, or in the city. Yeah, in the city.
Coldest player to hoop with. It's some of everybody. But back then, I'm gonna say the coldest. Everybody. I hoop Draylon from DG.
No, I'm gonna just.
Sheesh. I've been around
But
it,
you
brother.
got- I feel
I was around them like.
Yeah, you grew up in
I think DG gave me a 42 in pro-am one time. He gave a whole lot out of me. Draylon,
But you play up
Brandon,
always.
man, plenty of
You wasn't all like
City.
you experienced them.
Look, Charlie. Like,
You gotta respect Charlie.
Charlie
was
I
the
can't put a
toughest
name
matchup.
on just one person. Like, my age, I gotta go up. It's everybody. You already know. When our age, it was so many guards. It was
you caught
everybody.
from 09 to 2013.
There's so many, plenty guards. Yeah.
You was in the mix
Guard
of that
crazy.
trying to earn your respect. So
Guard
in that
crazy.
aspect, like, in the rest of that, I'm gonna just give you like a nice little 10 that you would catch nasty, like on the these low key players. I'm gonna just show you what I'm saying. You gotta respect Mel Cook. You gotta respect these who I hoop with that was like valid. Like
I can name. We can stay. Yeah, now I'm thinking Shamar, cause Shamar, he went to Shamar. He was killing. You know Shamar. Northwest, and he was killing. He stayed to that school, and he never went where nobody else was at. He did it by himself. He was out there balling.
I know you talking.
Shaheen, he was out there balling. He went to D1. He went D1. He was balling. He played overseas. He's solid.
But you have to earn your respect, and you get Mel Cook. You get Man from South. You get Lil Damo from South. You get Danny from
Dante
North.
Simmer, South Division. Sleep on him.
Periante, Boo Boo, Tone. You get
Larry,
no issue in that, but
when
that
he
was the
was in there for a
coldest.
minute.
Dog speak for itself. Larry Bradley, the coach,
Yeah.
they got to sing with it.
So many. It's too many.
Nigga. But
Too many.
he was on another level, dog. I done seen him on the circuit drop off Quinn Cook, Trey Burke, nigga. Straight up, dog was real deal. NBA.
We gonna know. That's another day.
We'll talk about that later, but yeah,
gotta
gotta respect my nigga Quevin too. He was
of
giving
course.
you what you want in Big Damo. The
Of
nastiest,
course.
he was real deal. Big early shooting threes, like I ain't going, man. I'm shooting this, dribbling, and will dunk on you. And if you want to fight, you can get that in too. Straight up, dog.
I remember them days. I was watching them days.
Dog. Straight
I don't
up.
think I didn't play against Quavion in high school. I don't think, but I remember them days.
But yeah, them
Not
my
in no high
boys,
school games,
real
but
deal
yeah.
boys. Straight up.
Tez.
Rentez.
Man, we can go down
Hey,
the
but
line.
this
in
nigga
We
that
can go
go
down the
low key
line.
bucket, Devro.
I was just gonna bring
playing.
Bev.
Quit playing.
Beverly, yeah.
There's a lot of niggas you missing out on.
Dwight,
You
but
gotta respect
it's a lot.
Charlie. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Charlie, them.
Dwight.
Charlie,
Elgin,
give you
you
what
gotta
you want.
respect just because you gotta respect.
Niggas still getting
You gotta
their
respect him.
paper
Ball,
straight up.
He killing.
Darnell.
There's so many.
I won the ring with Darnell. Ask Darnell about our middle school team, nigga.
Y'all were the middle school ring together.
We didn't lose.
Yeah, well,
We was on TV,
Yeah,
real deal.
yeah. That
Real
was
TV
March
in the
Madness,
8th
March
grade,
Madness.
though. We felt like stars. Like, hey, I had everybody come to my
March
crib like we
Madness.
watching it.
yeah.
Hot wings for the squad was honey.
I remember that. I won a few championships. I played with Sarah Scott, even though I went to Sherwood. Not Sarah Scott. Mary Bethune. I'm sorry. I went to Mary Bethune. I won a championship there. I remember that because
But
that's
yeah,
when Nick
bro.
Stokes and them was rocking. But Nick was killing. Nick
Nick had buzz and low key. I've
Him
seen
and
that on
Jahal
some.
back there.
Yeah, they
They
was
was-
running
they was
through
good.
the city though. That's just the city,
Man.
bro. That's just the
Man.
city, bro. But I'm glad I played in the city. I'm glad I played in the city. Not like you don't get respect about of it, but it wasn't the same if you didn't play in it. If that makes sense.
You feel like you made your mark? Or you feel like you got all you wanted?
I was alright. I feel like I respected by the real ones that know how to get it in. You know what I'm saying? It was what it was though. But at the end of the day, nobody in the city got rings through my years. No city team got rings. So all them names I named, none of us got rings. Unless you was Germantown.
Yeah, it was
Or
a
somewhere
Germantown
out
had
there.
that long run. I was gonna say Vincent.
Nobody got rings in the city, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody got rings in the city. So it was what it was, but we never got, boom, you get it? Nobody got rings. That's the irony of all that. So, I mean, it was what it was, but it was fun while we played in it. You had to play in it to get your respect during that time, straight up. Straight up. And I don't even really hop in Facebook debates, because this nigga that played JV today junior year. Like, man, I ain't got to talk about, you know what I'm saying? It was what it was. So it was definitely fun during that time. I don't got no regrets looking back at it, other than niggas ain't get state rings. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing you take out of it.
I hear you, same here. That's what if I had to say state rings probably the biggest thing. Yeah.
I should have one. Bro should have at least 2 or 3. He went up there. He tasted that candy. I got up there. It's cracking. All we had to do was get up there. Hey, it's going down. Let's get it, man. First year.
Yeah, man. That was the experience. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Had my boy D still. I'll give him a little dap. Quarantine dap right now.
It was a pleasure being out here, man. Y'all look forward to seeing my boy around a lot, man. Y'all come mess with him, go ahead, tell y'all stories, you know what I'm saying? Shout out God, shout out Leg, you know what I'm saying? Shout out everybody.
Yeah, started rapping.
I'm gonna go ahead and keep it short.
I'm
gonna keep it short, bro.
I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna tell you to shout out your shit.
No, I ain't gonna even do no shout outs, bro. I got too many shout outs.
No, not people. I'm gonna say your little Instagram.
Oh yeah, I got my little clothes and shit coming back, got my shit going.
Okay. So how'd I start? How'd I just end that shit?
So it's my boy D.
It's your boy D. My boy D. Still. Like, yeah, like.
So yeah, this my boy D. Still. I hope you guys enjoyed this first episode. What we go? I'll give, since he's the first one on the show. We gonna give him. I think he might be a frequent guest, maybe. What you thinking about?
We just call it a basketball 101.
Basketball 101.
It's in the summer.
We stick with that. We might switch it up later. Basketball 101. Anything you want to shout out? Your Instagram follow, Facebook,
man,
anything?
_ still swagging. STEL like metal. Swagging. SWAGGIN. Put it. You put that thing right there. You know what I'm saying?
Underscore.
Yeah,
you know what it is.
Wrapped it up. Good talking, my boy. Hey, we see you in a minute.